Jump there, 1984, Pointer Sisters. Now this morning I'm joined by Leigh Marshall. Good morning, Leigh, how are you?
Good morning, Kev.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Good, thanks for coming in. Well, first of all, let's talk about yourself. Now, I gather that you're not a Folkestone lad.
I'm not. I'm originally from Nottinghamshire.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and what brought you down this way then?
I joined the Army.
Yeah.
Did 16 years in the Army, and my last posting was in Dover.
Yeah.
And being a hockey player, I looked around for a club, joined Folkestone, and then when it came to leaving the Army, myself and my wife, we thought we'd really like the area. We're attached to the club, so we settled down here.
Okay, so it's funny, there's a lot of people have done that. They've served in the forces, Sean Cliff and that, and stayed it and met their partners and that. Yeah, it's a really good story. So do you get back to home, to Nottinghamshire much these days?
Not as often as my mum would like.
Oh, right, yeah. I hope your mum's listening. Oh, come on, Leigh, I want to see you. And your hockey career, I mean, did you play hockey in the Army?
I did, yeah. I was with the Royal Green Jackets, so let me think. Before that, I played at school. So I played. That was my, where I played every sport, but I particularly liked hockey. Then in the Army, did everything as well.
Yeah.
But mainly hockey in the battalion teams, and then carried it on really.
Right. So your role now is a chairman. I mean, how long have you been chairman?
This is my second year.
Right, yeah. And so, I mean, was it like a natural progression from playing? Did you get injured or did you just...
I've been playing, so I joined the club in 1989, and I've been captain of a couple of teams, the second 11. So I was playing and then got involved with the sort of club organisation, so I've been secretary.
Yeah.
Helped out with organising the Easter Festival. And then, but I also did umpiring when I was in the Army, so I did a course. Okay. So that was sort of a natural sort of addition.
Right.
But probably now I'm getting on a bit and with injuries and things, I'm doing more umpiring than playing.
Okay. So umpiring in hockey, they have two umpires, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've got like a first team game, the men's first team game, does your club have to provide those umpires, or are they neutral?
They're neutral umpires. So for our first 11, they will get umpires appointed by the Kent Hockey Umpires Association, or if they're playing over in Sussex or somewhere else, it would be from the Southern Counties Hockey Umpires.
Right. Okay.
And same with the ladies.
Yes.
They play in the East region, so if they've got a home game, they'll get Kent appointed umpires, neutral ones, or if they go up into Essex, then they're provided by the East.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So, you're umpire. What level do you umpire at then?
I'm a level 1 umpire.
Yeah.
So I do. Club games within the county, ladies and men's. I used to do the men's pool, so I used to, every week. But with my other duties, I can't do that. Can't commit to it. And I like to support the club as well.
Yes.
So I do a lot of umpiring for the club.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. I've always I've been up that 3 hills so many times and stood there and spoke to people. I've just never got my head around the rules, But I don't care. I just enjoy the game. And I've always thought it's a great idea having like two umpires, one either side. You get a good flow of the game. You can see what's going on. But you don't. What I've seen of hockey, there's not too many like disciplinary measures, are there? Most of them do kind of walk away and accept the decision. Is that right? What do you think?
Yeah, there is that code and ethics in hockey, is that if the umpire blows the whistle, then that's a decision and you don't argue with the umpire.
Yeah,
it's a bit like rugby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've noticed that we've had the rugby guys in before, and I've asked them this question, and they've said, well, it's installed in them from the junior level straight away. Yeah. Don't argue, and so it goes on, and it's great to see in the game actually. And hockey's becoming such an international game now, isn't it? It's global. It's fantastic.
Well, it's creeping onto our televisions more and more, isn't it? And you can stream it online, watch any games, and it's brilliant.
Okay, Leigh, well, we're going to play a bit of music now, and but we've got loads to talk about because we've got to talk about all the festival, and I've got loads of local sports to be getting on with. So let's hit a button now and try a bit of Snow Patrol, Take Back That City.
105.9 Academy FM.
Saturday Sport. You're listening to the Sportsferret on Academy FM.
Academy FM.
So Leigh, what sort of a season have all the teams? I know you've got loads of teams, but you've had a couple of winning teams this year, I understand.
We have, yeah. Yeah, sorry, Kev.
Yes, me there.
We have, yeah. Our ladies' seconds and our men's seconds have both achieved promotions. That's great news for them and for the club. It's a great achievement.
Yeah. And I want to say good morning to Chris Leigh. Chris was sadly couldn't make it. He was going to try and come in today, but he's been a captain and he's been a long-standing servant of the club, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's been around a long time.
Yeah,
and,
I think it's his 15th season, which is great. Yeah.
And he's captain of the twos, and he's excelled actually.
Yeah.
He's done a really good job.
Right. Now, is it, I've always had this, when you've got a twos team that's winning really well, and perhaps the first team need a bit of support, it's always difficult, isn't it? When you're really playing in your comfort zone, and then the first team say, oh, will you come up, we're halfway up the league. Have you ever been in that predicament?
Yeah, because I was second 11 many years ago, and obviously we would trying to win our league and do well, and then you get the odd call up to the first 11, or you lose, you're probably your best player. That's always the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
But with the bigger squads, you just have to, it gives an opportunity for the younger guys to show what they're worth as well.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about juniors now. Now we've got this massive complex there.
Yeah.
Has that increased the...
massive, yeah. We used to have junior hockey on Saturday mornings. A few kids turn up, and from other people, it's now in the hands of Erin Fuller and the mum Janet.
Yes, I know Erin, good team.
And they get some Saturday mornings now, we get up to 70, 80, 90 kids come along, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see that come through now over the years, where we have more of our Folkestone kids being selected to play for Kent.
Right.
So it's a really good setup, and that's the future of the club.
Yes, good. Now at the other end of the scale, we want to say good morning to Brian. Now, I don't know if Brian's listening, but his boy Richard actually does a lot of stuff. He's a secretary down at Folkestone in Victor. But I know Brian, I know them both. So tell us a little bit about the legend that is Brian Murrell.
Brian Murrell, yeah. Do you know what? I think Brian was probably one of the first members I came across when I came to the club.
Yeah.
And I played in his fourth 11. Great guy, great organiser, good captain.
But how old is he?
He's,
70s.
He's over 70.
Yeah, he's over 70 now.
I don't want to reveal his real age.
No, we might be in trouble. But
he plays international stuff now, so he plays for one of the national sides. He goes all over the country, and he's been offered to go abroad, but there's obviously an expense in that. Yes. But it's great for the club, and he absolutely loves it.
Yeah, good. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic story. It's nice to know that you've got the juniors coming through, and you've still got Brian banging them in at the age of 70 plus. So we want to say good morning. I'm sure they're listening to Vic and Helen Carney. Now, sadly, they couldn't be in today because they've got an away game somewhere, haven't they?
They have. They're at Upminster in Essex, so they're playing at 2 this afternoon, so they've had an early morning meet so they can get there in time.
Okay, anywhere in Essex, so you've obviously got to encounter that the bridge or the tunnel, so you've got to leave early. Any other tasty fixtures coming up today? Let's have a look.
Today, the men's twos are playing Herne Bay. The men's ones are away at Crawley. And then we've got the ladies, obviously, two of them are away at Marden and Sevenoaks, and we've got a home game against Sevenoaks as well.
What I notice, I try and read out the results most weeks, all 11 of them, whatever they are, but there was a spell where the ladies couldn't do a thing wrong. There was quite a few weeks where they just weren't getting beaten, or they were getting drawn, whereas the men were slipping up a little bit. But I think that the strength of the ladies has come on a lot.
The ladies are in a higher... On the pyramid, if you look at the pyramid, the ladies are in a higher league than our men's first. So the men's, have got some... Their ambition is to get up there as well.
Yeah.
But, they're all playing a really good standard of hockey.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. We're going to play a bit of music now. We're going to come back to Leigh, and we're going to talk about the Easter Festival. So let's see. Oh, this is a great track. I love this track. 1964. You can't beat a bit of Beatles on a Saturday morning.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog.
Big reason we're here is to talk about the Easter Hockey Festival. Now, Leigh, lots going on at the festival.
Yes.
So we've got Good Friday games on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So let's start with Friday. What's going on Friday?
Well, the festival starts at 11 a.m. And anybody's welcome to come down and watch. We've got 2 sport turf pitches, so there'll be games going on all day, so you can just come down and watch everybody having fun. All the games are going to be mixed, so it'd be boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, all playing in the same teams.
That's the one thing I've found about hockey that doesn't happen with many sports. You can sort of get a mixed team. Men's and ladies play against men's and ladies.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many other sports that do that. Sorry, interrupting there. But yeah, carry on.
So, and then, of course, what I'm here about to promote really is, apart from these festivals, the big event on Friday evening at... we've got a really special game that involves raising money for a charity called Help for Heroes.
This is what's really... I really want to find out about this, so go on, fire away. I've been looking at this all week. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Helen Carney-Rose,
yes.
She's been organising Easter for months now, and she's done a cracking job. And she came up with the idea of having an exhibition game for charity. So Help for Heroes, what do? They raise money to help our injured and fallen heroes, and they run a series of recovery centres across the country. So Hockey for Heroes is connected to that in that the Hockey for Heroes hockey squad, comprises a number of military and ex-military personnel who will rally for this same cause. And what they do is they take part in some exceptional events like running up Scarfell Pike or other events, but mainly hockey exhibition matches. And Helen's managed to get them down here to play against an invitation 11 at our festival. So this is going to happen on Friday at 6 p.m. That'll be the pushback time, the start. And our first 11 men's goalkeeper, Keir Starley, with his connections, because he used to play England under 21.
Did he? Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's managed to get through his networking, managed to get a squad together with a lot of Folkestone guys,
right,
to give them experience of playing with these fellas, but a lot of ex-internationals and top quality players. I mean, if you want, I can read this team out.
Well, I'd be interested to find out. I mean, the side that's playing the Hockey for Heroes, are they all based in Kent?
They're all based in Kent.
Yeah. They've dreamed up this name. What's the name?
Oh yeah, the name of the Kent team is Kent Invictus.
Right.
That's Keir's. He's been looking after that, and his idea was to get as many Folkestone lads in there to play in, but also give them a chance to play with some National League and former Great Britain internationals. We've got one former Great Britain player from Reading, Ben Barnes. He hasn't got a connection to Kent, but obviously he's a really top quality international, and he's come along to play with us as well.
Right. I mean, this would be a fantastic coup for the club, and especially for the juniors, who might think that they're, it's like any sport really. You think you're pretty good until you see like the top class players playing any sport, and you think, oh my word, I've got a long way to go. Yeah.
Well, or they'll be inspired by it. Yeah. They'll see some tricks, perhaps, also things, and see how quick the game is at that higher level as well.
Right. Now I've been looking at the Hockey for Heroes. As you say, they not only do play hockey, but they've been raising money, and apparently over the last few years they've raised about as much as is it £30,000, I believe. And they did the Three Peaks Challenge, Scaffold Pike, Ben Nevis and Snowdon, and so it's not all about hockey, but no, it's really well done to Helen for getting this game ahead. So I mean, what are we expecting? Are we expecting real? Would you think they'd be really going for it, or it'd be more of an exhibition game? Do these players ever lose their competitive edge?
No, they don't. But what'll happen? It'll be an exhibition game, so it'll be tempered down, but they'll be looking to put on a good show. For everybody, really.
Fantastic. Yeah, great stuff. And now you've got a bit of an umpire band coming as well.
Yes, Helen, bless her, she's managed to get this great crew called the Bettersteiner Foot Stompers.
Oh, the Bettersteiner Foot Stompers.
That's the ones.
Oh, yes, I have seen.
So as you probably know, at the Easter Festival, there's a lot of fun, and we do like to celebrate. They
do like to celebrate. Yes, I'll tell you this. I've told this story several times. I went to the Three Hills at Easter, and I was standing there with a pint glass in my hand, right? Quite a normal thing to do, but I felt quite inferior because when I looked along the bar, everyone's standing there with jugs in their hand.
Well, it saves having to keep going back to the
That's
bar.
Right, yeah.
Watering cans and things, yeah.
So they do like a little, let's just say they like to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, but these Bettersteiner Foot Stompers, they're like an umpire band, so I think that'll be great fun.
So you've got to get all your thigh slapping lederhosen.
Yeah.
Great. And you've also got a junior little game coming up.
On Sunday?
was it? Yeah, is it, yeah.
Sunday. What we do is we clear Sunday away for the juniors, and they'll be playing an interclub festival, so they can take part be part of the festival as well. So they'll do that, and then after they finish the hockey, there's an Easter egg hunt for those kids as well.
Okay, so let's sum up just briefly then. Let's go through what's on Friday, Saturday, and the sort of times. What time's the big game kick off? Let's start with Friday.
So Friday, the Easter Festival starts at 11 o'clock, and it'll be mixed hockey, so games all day, and then at 6 p.m. it'll be the exhibition match between the Hockey for Heroes side and the Kent Invictus 11. Saturday, same again, start at 11, playing all day, culminating in a final with the two emerging teams that will play to be the Easter Festival champions.
Right.
And then Sunday's over to the juniors.
Over to the juniors, right. Oh, well, it sounds great fun. Even if you don't enjoy hockey or you just want to go along perhaps for the first time of the Three Hills. So we've got to thank Mr. Roger DeHaan for this, haven't we?
Oh, we have, yeah.
Who's going to say something?
We're still settling into our wonderful top-notch facility at Three Hills. It's absolutely amazing, not only for playing in but for socialising in and for training as well. We've got everything there to move the club forward and bring on more people to play. And would you say it's working with the introduction of the Three Hills, the standard and the numbers gone up? We did say definitely. Yeah. Oh, for all sports, not just hockey. Hockey we've noticed an increase, particularly in the juniors. But as you know, sport brings people together. So it's brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Right, we're going to play a bit of music. We've been talking for quite a while now, but it's such interesting stuff. This is what we find on a Saturday morning. There's so much sporty stuff and social stuff out there in this town. And if you've got a story to tell us, then please get in touch with the Sportsferret. Anything else you've got to say? First of all, if anybody has just moved to the area, want to start playing hockey, do they just take themselves off to the Three Hills? They can come down to Three Hills. We'd love to see them. Easter would be a good time, actually, because there'd be everybody there, wouldn't they? Yes, you'll all be camped in the car park, wouldn't you? Probably, yeah. But, and honestly, if there are any players, any aspiring players, so people want to start hockey or people who have played hockey before and want to come back, we'd love to see you down the club. Yeah. Do you find now the club's got bigger and there's more games going on that you need more people behind the scenes? Perhaps someone out there, as you say, might have moved to the area, might have had an experience of umpiring, stuff like that. Are you sure? Yeah, everything. Everything. Yeah, because the committees, with the responsibility now, the committees have got bigger and subcommittees. So any skills that you can bring along would be great, including sponsors. And I'd just like to add in, actually, thank all our sponsors for the shirts and everything else. Over the years, we've got some great people who put into the club. Excellent. Okay, so what else you got for us then? I forgot to mention about this game, the Hockey for Heroes, is that the Kent Invictus side, their shirts are being made by a local company. In fact, he's one of our players. Oh, okay. Where is he? Matt Banks, who came to us this season. Great guy. And he set up his own firm who sell hockey shirts, sticks and other things, and he's called Cabo. Mm-hmm. Now, just a little side issue. Cabo, I was thinking, where does that come from? It's his kids, Katie and Bobby. Oh, okay, so lovely. He's called it Cabo. So thank you to Matt Banks for doing that. He sponsored the shirts for the team. And the point of this is to raise money. So, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a free game, but I mean, are we asking for donations? We are, absolutely free. Just come along and watch, and there'll be people there with buckets to take any change or folding stuff that you're happy to put away. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the other thing is now, people are listening and they're thinking, this sounds really interesting. Okay, you listen to us waffling on for an hour, you haven't got a pen or a bit of paper. So how can people find out more about the hockey club and the festival? Guess what? There's a website. Is there? Yeah, there is. Yeah. We've all got one of those. So they can either look up Folkestone Optimist Hockey Club or I I might get this wrong, but it's Folkestone-Optimists.co.uk, but we're also on Twitter and Facebook. Now you said that, Optimist, where does that come from? You was going to tell me about that. Have we got time for that? Well, I think so. It won't take long. So back in the 1920s that is, there was a town club called Folkestone Town Hockey Club, and what happened is that they got an influx of people in there, young people, and they weren't being picked. So they said, well, what about us? And they said, well, if we'll actually form our own club then. So they said, so they went away and they sort of had to think about this, and they thought it was a runner, so they decided they said, we're going to form our own club. And they went back to the town and they said, look, we're going to form this club, are you going to help out? And they said, well, we don't think you'll get any fixtures. So one of the replies was, well, we're very optimistic about that, and we'll call ourselves the Optimists.
Oh, brilliant.
The Optimist Hockey Club.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
Oh, right. Yeah. Fantastic story. I love that. It's the way it's like UB40.
Yeah.
When their post come out, I mean, that was the number on the top of their unemployment benefit card, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's great hearing these stories. But since then, I do see this name Pessimist pop up.
Ah, yeah, Pessimists.
Are they the ones that lose every week then?
No, they're not. It's a club. So in Easter Festival, we always put in our own side. So the Optimists would have their own first 11 sides in, and then there'd be a second string of people who, the old and bold perhaps, and called the Pessimists.
Right. So every upside there's a downside.
Yeah, but we're all optimists at
Yeah,
heart.
of course you are. Yeah, no one wants to be a pessimist. No. Right, Leigh. How are we doing? Any more thank yous? You've got to say hello to a few people. But
Great. I'd like to wish everybody good luck in their games today. It's the last league games for the ladies, so they'll all be celebrating tonight, and all the umpires throughout the season, because I organise the umpires as well, and I get great support from them to go away all over the place. But generally, the whole club, there's a lot of people in the background that do a lot, so that's brilliant.
Okay, well, Leigh, thanks so much for coming in. It's been great talking to you. Great finding out about the club and about the optimists and the pessimists. I didn't know that. It's a good story, that. And I'm going to try and get down there at some point with my pint glass.
You'll be more than welcome.
I will try. What I'll have to do is pick up a jug in Morrison's first.
And don't forget your lederhosen.
Yeah, my lederhosen. Yeah, I'll definitely be slapping some tyres. Okay, Leigh, thanks for coming in. Once again, next week, don't forget, we've got the lovely Lou Batchelor. 100 sports in 100 days, going to pay us a visit. I don't know how we're going to shut her up. We've got 100 sports to talk about. She'll be joining me at the Sport Relief Mile on the bandstand tomorrow at 11 o'clock, so if you want to come along and meet her and do a bit of warm-up with her. Failing that, we'll see you all next week. Thanks for listening.
Might say